Right now, let's talk about Nigeria's digital shift. As we all know, tech is the new oil money, like people would say. We've seen a rise in AI tools. We've seen a rise in a lot of apps. And I think this country has also, owned their space to a certain extent with a lot of indigenous tech founders. And, a lot of people are now going into tech. We want to discuss what the future holds for Nigerians in the digital economy. And that's why we want to talk about where skills meet money, Nigeria's digital shift. To discuss this with me, I have the founder, Tech Workstations, Opata Efungu. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
You look good.
Thank you.
Typically, when we see tech people, we think of them as billionaires. Is there a lot of money in tech? Because every single time I go on social media, I'm hearing a tech person say, "Oh, I made $10,000. I made $50,000." Is tech really that profitable?
Well, I think there's a lot of money in tech, to be honest, but the money can only get to you if you do things right. If it was that easy, everybody would be balling. You understand? So, but in tech, the moment you are offering value and you are solving real problem, I think the money will follow you. You don't even need to stress too much. The money will just follow you. Yes.
So there has been a shift recently in terms of the career choices a lot of young people make. Back in my days, if you were not studying medicine, engineering, or law, it seemed like you didn't have a future in this country. But we're moving digitally now. A lot of people are going into coding. A lot of people are learning a lot of tech skills. However, there are some of us that are not privileged to have those qualifications in terms of knowing how to code. So for people like that might be watching, how can one get into tech without necessarily having the core technical knowledge?
Okay, first of all, me that I'm sitting here today, I don't know how to write a single line of code, and that's the truth. But I'm into tech, and I think I'm doing well. So in tech, there are a lot of aspects that someone can join. You can join as a product manager or a product designer or operations, or there is a whole lot of things that you can do in tech, and you can make good money from it. And yes, you are correct, because I remember that growing up, that time when they asked you, what do you want to be in future? I think at that time, if you ask me, I would say, I want to be a pharmacist or I want to be a doctor. But, as you grow and understand how the world works, you shift to where you think you can, add value, or where you think you can survive. So yes, you don't need to know how to write code for you to be in tech. As far as, for instance, another example that I can give is, normally when we were growing up, photographers, you just see them in a shop and they will just write maybe gamer photography, and you just come there, you take picture. But now, photographers, they now shifted to creative director. And from there, they start offering services like maybe design, or, the thing has shifted from the traditional way of is like that in almost every industry.
I like that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
So how can people now use tech to upgrade their businesses?
I don't think there's any business in this world that tech cannot help you to do better inside. In fact, there is none. Even as a native doctor, for instance, now, I'm just trying to give a very weird example. There is one man on social media that is popular for being a native doctor, and every day you see him posting, "Oh, contact me." That is Instagram, for instance, giving me a platform, or social media giving me a platform. And what is social media? Social media is tech.
So you're saying that tech is even helping native doctors?
Well,
are the gods connected to Wi-Fi?
No, it's not about God being connected to Wi-Fi. It's the man himself advertising himself and putting himself out there. Do you understand? So that is tech helping him. Normally, it will be, you call the other person, the other say, go and meet the other man. Do you understand? But now you see people, they are proud and, posting it on social media. So It's just in every industry,
Yeah.
whatsoever it is. You see a barber, for instance, now, a barber will sign up on a platform where people book him through
Social
a
media.
platform, even if it's not social media, maybe an app, for instance, or whatever business it is. People just go there and, put themselves out there.
Yeah. That leads me to my next question, and I think this really bothers me. In every field, ownership is so important. Now, the major tech giants are majorly American companies and, of course, recently Chinese companies. We have a lot of indigenous startups, but not a lot of them survive. I think we can only mention a few, maybe InterSwitch, the Flutter Waves, and then maybe in food, the Globos and the rest of them. And even at that, even our so-called indigenous startups have to be bought over by the big companies in order for them to either scale up or to sustain. Why is it that a lot of startups in this part of the world do not survive more than a year?
Okay, so if you are asking me about sustainability of Africans or businesses, I will have a lot to say. You might need to invite me over, but just to say a few. First of all, the way I see success or the concept of success in the world is that I look at it as there is a lot of dots scattered all over, and you need to connect them one by one. Then connecting them will take time. And when you have finished connecting them, and by connecting them, I mean you get in maybe an office space, hiring the right people, meeting the right people, doing the right partnership. As you are doing that, you are connecting the dots. And when you have finished connecting the dots, you need to keep it as a cycle, and you need to keep going. Do you understand? So as you are going, you will find out that there are little mistakes that you have made, and you are removing them small, just to keep going. So that is, first of all, how I see the concept of anything being successful. So when I now want to relate it to your question, first of all, being a Nigerian, or I don't want to say Africa because this is my place. Being a Nigerian, life is already scoring you 1-0 because a lot of things that are our prayer points here are already answered there abroad. For instance, you can be praying, oh, God, NEPA, please bring light now. But you won't be saying that type of prayer if you're abroad. So it's already challenging for you. So when you struggle and get past all those things, now, the next is now to keep your business running. As you keep your business running, you now see you now start putting your business out there before, like, you can start getting attention of the people abroad. And also, it's also important that while you are doing your business, it's good to shift to the new trends because things change.
So are you saying that a lot of new tech founders don't necessarily adapt to those changes, and that's why they cannot succeed?
I can give an example of some people that changed to the new trend and some people that didn't change. I can give you someone like Linda Ikeji, for instance, now. Growing up, she used to be the leader of the blogging industry, for instance. But social media came at some point where she was leading in that blogging industry and took over everything. But unfortunately, she was not quick enough to enter the social media space. And people like Instablog and maybe Tunde Not and Yaba left, and Gossip Mill just came in and took over. So if I'm just giving an example.
So you're saying Linda Ikeji did not evolve?
I think so, yes. So, but which other example can I give now? Okay,
but she's still on Instagram and she's having a lot of
views. Yes, but when you talk about blogging in Nigeria now, I don't think she has that thought leadership now anymore. But when I was much younger, in a day, if I don't read Linda Ikeji, I feel like something is missing in my body. But it's no longer like that to me. Do you understand what I mean? So, but the people that are really like on top of their game now are people like maybe Instablog and Today Not and core of them. And where is this happening? It's happening on social media, no longer on the traditional websites where you type www.something.com. Do you understand what I mean?
There's still a lot of people, reading on the websites.
I'm not saying that I just said what I said before, like, you understand what I mean? There was a time where she was really the top most visited in the country. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. Totally understand. Yeah. Now, another issue is we've heard stories of founders getting investments from foreign and bigger companies, and instead of investing it in their products, you see them buying houses, buying cars. There have been several cases like that. Do you think that greed is part of the reasons why some tech startups don't really go far?
Of course. Greed and lack of discipline. So if you are a tech founder, for instance, and God helps you, and maybe you see an investor and you use your money to go and carry women and enjoy yourself in the club, there is no way you will not suffer for it. In fact, another way that I see life is that one of the best things that anybody can do for themselves is building a life where people trust you. Do you understand what I mean? Where people trust you and where your integrity is, your integrity speaks for itself.
Right.
You understand? Because it circles back to you. Even some investors, before they invest, a lot of investors invest in people, not even the business.
Not even the business.
Yes, so they will always make
time.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking too much.
No. You are talking just right.
Okay.
And I really appreciate you for coming. And for the tech enthusiasts out there, just make sure that you keep believing and just do the right thing, and you'll definitely get there. Robbie Mind continues after this break. Stay with us.